scheduled that, or when you saw the schedule, did that give you some trepidation?
I mean, I had trepidation just for because of I knew how many freshmen we were going to be playing, so I had trepidation with that. But to be honest with you, schedule-wise, what we did was sort of bit the bullet a little bit to develop the guys this year, and then try to back end next year where we have a lot more home games next year, because this year it's kind of even. But we've already back-ended it, so next year, we're trying to see if we can get 8 home, 3 away, and an exempt, something like that. And as these guys get older, then, play at home and have the road experience, try to sort of make them grow up a little quick, and they obviously have grown up pretty quick.
Yeah. I don't know, the calmness they showed early in the second half, that was pretty impressive. Considering they were down and the number of games they just played, all that kind of factored in. They came out and looked totally relaxed.
Well, and I think that team's the second oldest team in terms of experience, in terms of number of minutes coming back that have played together in the entire country. So they're age-wise, maybe not, but second in terms of experience of playing together. Second most amount of minutes played together. So coming into the game, off of what you just said, I was concerned. A veteran, older team, obviously that had been here 2 years ago and won. But again, this is a new team, and our guys, pretty much 6 straight games have showed the resolve to stay in games mentally and physically. We talked at halftime just about being tougher and more physical offensively. It wasn't defense. It was like, we got to get tougher offensively. This is how teams are going to try to guard you, and we got to get used to it, and we got to get better. And I thought in the second half we did that offensively, and then our defense was just terrific. It was terrific. We did a great job with some scouting report stuff that we did only one day to get ready for, and our guys executed them. And that's a sign of a maturity coming in when you can have one day to get ready and do a couple new things and they execute it. That's a team that sort of knows who they are a little bit when you get there, and that's how we played in the second half.
And we talked about defense. How much does Lucas Moorman, even when he doesn't really do much on the stat sheet, but his plus-minus was like 15?
That's unbelievable. He was unbelievable in the second half. Unbelievable in the second half. Defensively, his presence, just having that out there. He's probably, for us, a little unconventional that way, in terms of our center. But it's what we need. We need his size. We need his activity level. We need who he is as a person. Like, he's got such a good spirit to how he approaches every day and how he goes about his business, and it's all about the team. And he just played really good. And then you combine that, like we've said, with Nick, we have something different there, where, we're making teams, have to really think about how they're going to play you, how they're going to play you defensively. Like, who's on the court for us? We might have 4 guards out there. Then you got Lucas out there, and then Nick comes in. And if we are physical and tough and we play 40 minutes, then that's when those types of things help your team develop and bring along the team chemistry.
And the 2 high-breader threes right out of the half, too. Like, he does, and he had another. You called him an Energizer Bunny the other day.
Yeah, he tips him out. Yep.
You like him?
Oh, I love Jake Heidebreder. I told him that he didn't take a shot early in the first half. We called that first 3 for him coming out of the timeout. Called that play like 3 times in a row to try to get it to him. And the best thing is he's a very good shooter. I'm waiting for him. He banged 2 big ones in a row. That's always a good sign. And I think he's the kind of kid who, he can make 3, 4, 5 in a row. And that's not the only thing he does. He's got good speed. He's got good sense for the game. So they were big shots, and Jeff Mills gave us great minutes off the bench. His passing is very good. It's just like they sort of know their roles. They know how to play together, and how they've really grown up is sort of like that sort of inner toughness, like a little bit of intestinal fortitude there. They're exhibiting that, and it's not just coming from one person. It's coming from sort of the team.
And now you'll have a week to kind of work with this. Now that you've got some games to kind of apply. How valuable is that going to be before Army?
Well, I think, like I told the guys, we're going to use the time to rest. We haven't had, I don't know if we've had a day off, because we had 4 games in 8 days. So now we'll get 2 days off this week. We'll have basically 3 days to try to get ready. And obviously, it'll be a big game. It's a big game because we're 6-1. It's a big game because it's a home game for us, and it's an opportunity for us to sort of embrace having a big game because of how we're doing. And that's another part of the process for a team to be able to do that. So it's a great opportunity for us. We get some rest, and we know it's going to be a hard-fought game. We know it's going to be competitive like you can't believe, and Army's playing well. They got a good team. I think they won again today. I think they're 4-2. I think they go to Notre Dame this week and then come here. I'm not certain, but we'll be ready for an extremely competitive, hard-fought game.
How has this gone for you? These first 6, 7 games now.
It's definitely been amazing. Not gonna lie. Taking that next step from high school and prep, just being able to play with the guys on the highest level is it's definitely breathtaking almost. Like I love it. Just getting the game, we black out there. It's just a fun time.
Did you expect to be playing this many minutes?
No. To be quite frank with you, I did not expect to be playing this many minutes. But I'm grateful for it. I prepared for it in the off season, and coaches give me the opportunity, so I'm gonna keep helping them out.
And how do you feel like you're improving? Obviously, you're across the board numbers. Your rebounds are always up, assists. Like, do you feel like you're going to be that kind of complete player? And how are you different now than you were, 2-3 weeks ago?
I'm learning every day. It's like I said before, it's a different experience. Helping a rebound is something that's definitely new for me, but we've been pushing a lot at practice, so that's something that I take personal pride in. Getting assists, and that's just something that everybody on the team does. We move the ball a lot, and that's how our offense works. And I definitely see myself as a different player since the beginning of the season. Just doing different things, scoring different ways, and helping everybody improve offensively and defensively. So I definitely say I've learned, and I've grown a little bit since the season started.
And how has this winning streak kind of helped you gain confidence and help the team come together? Because you're able to obviously enjoy all that.
Oh, yeah, we're loving it. We're loving it right now. It's just after every win, you get a little bit of confidence, but we know where we stand, and we know what we're actually playing for. We're playing for that Mountain West, the conference games and conference tournaments, what we're looking at right now. So every time we step into those lines, that's what we're focused on. But the win streak definitely does feel good, and it helps us a little bit at practice. Not as much running.
And then today, to go into the halftime down, you guys looked really relaxed in the first few minutes of the second half.
Yeah.
How were you able to get into that frame of mind while you were, trailing?
Yeah. The first half was a little shaky for us, but we knew what we had to do. We knew the type of team we were, and we weren't rattled at all. We knew that we could play a lot better, so we just came out and did it. There wasn't a lot of things that they were impeding our progress on. It was just us stopping ourselves. So once we eliminated that, we were okay.
And some of the highlight plays in the second half,
Nick
Jackson dunks, and how does that feed the energy of the team?
Oh, it's hype. It's hype. Definitely seeing Nick get those dunks, the lob. We don't throw a lot of lobs, but that was definitely nice to see. We saw freshman Luke Mormon got a dunk too. That's a big one for the freshmen. There's a lot of us on there, so yeah, the highlight plays definitely do give us a little bit of a boost for sure.
And for you, playing all these minutes, having 4 games in 8 days, I think it was. How'd you feel today?
I felt good. Every day. We have trainers here, and I get off my feet a lot. So the 40 minutes doesn't really affect me as much as it probably should. It's just a mentality thing.
And is that something young players, because you do AAU tournaments, you're playing all kinds of games, and is that kind of overblown, or is that a big deal to play that many games in that many days?
Yeah, I think AAU definitely does help. Like, you playing those games back to back to back to back, and that definitely does help. People do overlook that a lot. How many minutes you play, but that's definitely what helped me right now. So, yeah.
And then next game will be Army.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? You'll have a week to get ready for it too.
Yeah.
What's that going to be like, do you think?
It's going to be a good week of preparation. Definitely a game that we're looking forward to. Army, it's always a fun one. My first Army game, so I'm personally excited for it. But we definitely want to come out and get that win. Just for Air Force, for ourselves, and keep the streak going, especially at home.
It seemed like you were playing very loosely.
It's just like any other basketball game. We played basketball so many times. We've been playing since we were young. So we treat it just like any ordinary basketball game. And that's what we did. We just stayed together and came out with the dub.
And your position changed. Like, how is that now that you've had a few games playing? How is that different over the course of a game and in the flow?
It's a little different. It was new at the beginning of the year, but I kind of got used to it. I mean, especially with our offense, like there's really no set positions. Everybody plays every position, and as we move the ball, you can be in a different position. It's just the start. We start differently, but it's no really big difference.
Yeah, so really, what is it just simply bringing the ball down? Like that's the only.
I think so. I think that's the biggest change, and having Ethan has just been a big help. I mean, he's a great player, and he's going to do many great things.
How have you seen him change in the 7 games he's played?
He's been going up. I mean, nothing new to him. I mean, I don't see him as a freshman. I know he's been playing basketball since he was young as well. Texas guy, so I mean, I'm rooting for him also, but he just has this composure with him, and I can trust him. If he brings the ball up, I have no worries. Same with everybody else as well. So everybody's good.
So where'd the lob come from?
that was deep in the bag. It was deep in the bag. I had to pull it out, so it was there.
There have been a lot of big plays like that this year. Just in transition, and then even in the half-court offense. Like, is there a looseness?
I think so. I think we're trying to. Now that we know where we can get our points at, I think at the end of the day, it's just you just gotta have fun with it. Like there's gonna be so many X's and O's you can draw, but at the end of the day, if we just go out and play basketball like we know how, I mean, anything can happen.
And do you think the winning streak, when you are down 3 at halftime, knowing that you guys have been in a situation and won, does that help the confidence too?
I think so. I think the biggest thing though is just us staying together. Like, yeah, the win streaks help a little bit, but I mean, in the halftime, we don't really think about, we've won so many in a row. We just think, okay, now what we need to fix, what we need to work on, so we come out in the second half together and just change the lead.
And then, yeah, you're a week away now from this Army game. I assume there's finals this week, right? Is that...
Following week. So yeah. So there's a lot of projects due this week, but yeah, there's school's all the way till the end. So.
That game, I mean, you guys are going to be 6-1 going into that game. Cadets will all be back. Like, do you think that's going to be a pretty big time game around here?
Every game's a big time game for us. That's how we treat it, and I mean, obviously, yeah, the rivalries go way back when, but I think if we just come out together, get this rest that we need, and just play basketball, I think we'll be all right.
Do you think that'll be a chance to kind of show some other people what you guys are doing? Because obviously, like I said, the cadets gone. A lot of us have been on the road.
Right.
This will be a chance to really show it clean.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a fun opportunity?
I mean, whoever comes out, they come out. But I mean, we're not worried about who comes. We're there to play basketball. If people come and support, that's a lot more love for us, and we appreciate that. But we understand too, like we're there just to play basketball and win.